Cooking, cooking in the kitchen of love. Cooking, cooking, cooking in the kitchen of love.
Well, hello again and welcome back to Accra. It doesn't seem like a month since the last time we were doing this, but time, it seems even during lockdown, is flying by. The only real change here is that we've most definitely entered the rainy season in Accra. That means that most days there's a downpour or two. No problem with that. We are blessing the rain down in Africa, but it does make recording videos very difficult. Because when it rains here, it seriously rains, and there's no way I could record anything with the sound of the rain coming down on our tin roof just outside here. So I'll hopefully be able to squeeze the videos in between the rain. If not, plan B is to use subtitles, but let's hope we don't need to get that far. So it's time for us to create 7 more meals with the ingredients you've given us. And what a selection this time, I have to say. A lot more variety than last month. That could be because last month we had, I think, 4 men and 3 women proposing the ingredients. This time we have 1 man and 6 women providing the challenges. I'll let you be the judge of whether that's the reason or not. But it also did mean a few more challenges in the shopping department, as I'll now explain. Okay, so as you can see, also a little change of camera angle for this week's challenge, just to make it a little bit more interesting and homely compared to a blank white wall. And we've also invested in a microphone, external microphone, so hopefully the sound quality will be a little better this week. So let's see what we've got. Well, if we start with the meat and fish selection, you can see an enormous increase in variety compared to last time. So we have some nice chicken breast, we have steak, we have bacon, which should have been kidney. That was beyond the suppliers here, so we've substituted kidney with bacon. We have shrimps or prawns, depending on where you come from and what you call them. We have smoked salmon, we have fresh fish, and I wasn't sure where to put it, but I've included tofu in this section as well because it's a main ingredient. So we've got tofu again, thanks very much. On the carb side, we've got pasta. A lot of you proposed pasta, so we've got a variety of pasta to work with. We have rice, we have potatoes, and we have beans. I think when Andy suggested beans, he was probably thinking of this kind. But we're going to be slightly more adventurous than that. On the dairy side, we've got hard cheese, 2 varieties of hard cheese. We've got feta. We've got yogurt, thick Greek yogurt, which should have been fromage frais, but again, that's not something we can pick up here. So substituting that with Greek yogurt. And we've got some butter. Andy actually proposed pastry. But pastry obviously isn't an ingredient per se unless you buy it frozen, and we won't be doing that. We'll be making our own pastry, but to do that we need butter. Then on the fruit side we have coconut, mango, kiwi, and then apricot. And again, sadly we couldn't get fresh apricots, but we've got some very nice organic dried apricots which we'll be using. On the veg side, we have avocado, tomatoes, mushrooms, spinach, bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, although at the moment the only jalapenos I've got are the jarred ones, but we have got some fresh chili peppers, courgette, fennel. I think we've tracked down the only person in Accra who produces fennel, and they're due to deliver it today, so fingers crossed we will have some fennel. Just in case, as a reserve though, I've managed to get some fennel tea bags, and possibly more usefully, a bottle of Pernod. So one way or the other, we'll definitely get a fennel flavour into the dish. And horseradish, again, not possible. We thought we could track down some white radish root, but again, that proved to be out of stock. What we do have, however, is horseradish sauce. So we'll use that with possibly some turnip or something similar, some other root vegetable to recreate the effect of horseradish. And then the other ingredients, the other three, are honey, ice cream, and ale. We're still tracking down the best ale. It won't be Sharp's Doom Bar, that's for sure. We can't get that here, but hopefully we'll be able to get a locally produced IPA. So that's it. Last time we couldn't move for vegetables, if you remember. We've still got plenty, but not as many as last time, and arguably more interesting. And most importantly of all, nobody proposed okra. Okay, so now on to our store cupboard food, and I'll just whiz through this very quickly. First off, we have our holy trinity of onions, carrots and celery, plus all important garlic. Then we have our usual mustard, tomato puree, Worcester sauce, chili sauce, lemon and lime juice and fish sauce. Then we have some vinegars, some oils, and obviously salt and pepper, plus all our usual herbs and spices, which I won't go through individually now. And then our extra ingredients, if you like, pack of digestive biscuits, some orange blossom water, some vanilla essence, a few walnuts, some cream cheese, some evaporated milk, and some buns. Okay, well, one other change this time round, following feedback from one or two of you. When I'm describing a recipe, what I'll show, and you'll be able to see on the screen, is a list of the ingredients to be used in that recipe, so that if you want to try doing it at home, you know, and you've got a record of how much of everything you'll need. This recipe is for grilled sardines, and please take my advice. If you have fresh sardines, just grill them and serve them with a slice of lemon or a piece of lemon. Don't need anything else, not necessary. So this is a very bad example. Most ingredient lists will obviously be a little longer than that one, as we'll see as we go on. And please also be warned, I'm a little bit Jamie Oliver when it comes to a bunch of this, a handful of this, a sprinkle of this, and a dollop of that. Hopefully, I've managed to transcribe the concept of dollop into something measurable for you in your ingredient list. And I also said I would include one or two more tips if they're relevant to help in the kitchen. And my tip for today is a very simple one. Get one of these. This is a saute pan. If you Google it or you go onto Amazon, type in saute pan, this is what comes up. And they're wonderful things because they're part saucepan, they're part frying pan, they're even part wok. You can do almost anything in these except sort of soups and small amounts of sauce and pancakes. But for anything else, it really is a go-to saviour to have in your kitchen cupboard. And I promise you, if you get one of these, you'll be using it almost every day. And the other beauty, of course, if you get two like we have and you're bored, you can always use it for a game of ping pong or whiff waff on the dining table after dinner. Okay, so I showed you the store cupboard earlier. That was fine. The last thing to do is the store cabinet, which is just as important. And these are the ingredients from our store cabinet, which we'll be using this week. The important thing with these is that you check them on a very regular basis to make sure they haven't gone off or lost their flavour. So what I'll just do now is a quick taste check of the things we need. So first off, we have some rum. Very good. Some French cognac. Some pastis with water. I'm not going to drink all of this. shot of tequila. Bit of red wine. Bit of white wine. And some ale. It's not really ale, it's Heineken, but we'll hopefully get some ale for next week, but I'm not going to drink that. So, that's everything. I'm not going to tell you all the menu for the full week yet. We will be having certainly one Italian night and one American night, but beyond that you'll just have to wait and see. Except what I can tell you is tomorrow we'll be doing the challenge from Pippa down in the southwest of France, and we'll be doing a kind of Albanian Mexican or Albmex fusion dinner tomorrow, so you can join us for that. But if you do want to check which night your ingredients are going to be used, then this final play out slide is just for you, featuring the best band the world has ever seen.